Where have you been? That's what your current customers are asking. Where have you been? You've been out looking for new business, haven't you? All the while, they're feeling ignored. Lead generation, let's redefine it next on the Purpose Under Pressure podcast. Well, welcome back. My name is Bryan, and this is Purpose Under Pressure. It's a podcast about developing sales and leadership success on purpose while you're under pressure. And it's brought to you by the professional sales and leadership training team at Sandler by the Ruby Group. You'll find them in Akron and in Columbus, Ohio. They're in Jacksonville, Florida. They're in Capital Region, New York. They do their work on purpose, and that is what I have found from them since I met them. Maybe, 10, 15 years ago at this point. They don't just barge in and try to cram the latest fad in sales down your team's throat. They don't just barge in and tell you you're doing it all wrong. They ask questions. They figure out what you need. They figure out what you're trying to do. They figure out what you're all about. They help you understand that. They learn to understand that. And then they develop a plan that's on purpose that helps everyone implement that strategy. Man, that feels good when you're doing things for the right reasons, for the right outcomes, with the right people, and everyone's on plan. That's how you do it. That's how you make a business that's on purpose, not just reacting willy-nilly to everything that happens in the sales environment or in the industry. Man, you're doing things the way you want them done. That's the way Sandler by the Ruby Group operates. I've seen it and I've experienced it, and I hope you'll reach out to Sandler by the Ruby Group. You'll find them online at therubygroup.sandler.com. The Ruby Group, where sales, leadership, and purpose come together. So let's get cooking. You know, I always laugh. I have to laugh when I hear people talk about lead generation, the latest tools, the latest tricks, the latest ideas. We need more leads. We need more leads. Salespeople need leads or they can't do their job. Have you ever seen a salesperson? I can't do it. I don't have any leads. They blame marketing. They blame marketing folks all the time. How am I supposed to do my job? I don't have any new leads. You've heard it too. You know you have. Sales managers and owners, they wonder where the new leads are. Do we have any new leads? Then they get mad at the marketing people. Poor marketing people. We'll talk about them a little bit later or maybe on another show for another day. Anyway, folks, I know we need leads. I know we need new people to talk to. We need people to talk to, but I think we need to redefine the word. As it stands right now, leads is a direct correlation to new business, right? New business, that's what counts as a new lead. How do most salespeople go about developing new leads? They call new people. They call strange phone numbers. They knock on cold doors. They network to try to meet new people. Marketing tries to get new people to fill out their forms or request a free consultation. Owners buy lists of strange names and sketchy email addresses from sketchy organizations so that we salespeople can send cold emails and knock on cold doors. Meanwhile, and here's my point, meanwhile, your current customers haven't heard from you since ever, since they signed on the dotted line, maybe. Try this. Hey, boss, I'm going to go visit our best customer. How's that sound? No, not yet. Not until you make your 10 cold calls, you're not. Sound familiar? Do we want leads or do we want business? Because the best places to find business is where business is already being done. Let's dissect your current customer base. You remember them, right? Since you last checked in with them, do you think anything's changed? Do you think they've added new products or services? Do you think their target markets have shifted a little bit? Do you think they're planning a new initiative in the next coming months or even years that's going to reinvent the industry? Maybe. Have you asked? While you're out chasing someone who is kind enough to listen to your phone call before he hangs up, your current customers are evolving. The competition is called on them? Do you think they might be interested in what the competition has to say? Probably. Do you think your current customers might know someone that you could call? Maybe they'd introduce you. Of course they do. And they'd be happy to. Have you asked them to? You should. You know, I used to work in sales in the radio business, and we had two kinds of customers. We had long-term customers, and we had one-and-done month-to-monthers. And the long-term customers, they signed long-term contracts and they spent long-term budgets to match. The one-and-doners, the month-to-monthers, they made us work for it. No guarantees. Who do we spend the most time with, folks? We spend the most time with the one-and-doners, the month-to-monthers. Why? Because they were urgent, because our sales managers needed us to get new business. The long-termers, even though they were arguably our best customers, never heard from us after they signed the long-term deal. And that's not right, is it? Then we'd show up 11 months later and we'd ask them if they wanted to re-up. Maybe, maybe not. Rarely for an increase. We got what we deserved. We ignored them. They ignore us. What a missed opportunity, not just for us, but for them. And that's kind of what we're here for, isn't it? How about the folks, the folks that you called and they thought about it and they considered it, but they said no. When's the last time you called the folks who said no? Oh, why would I call them? They said no. Yeah, they said no then. What's changed? Do you think nothing's changed in the 3 years, maybe, since they hurt your feelings and picked the other guy? Holy cow, you were the other guy to them. That's better than being the cold caller on the phone that they've never heard of. Call those folks back. I know you said no before, but how are things? What's new? Those guys still treating you well? No? Huh. Want to talk about it? Yeah? Okay, I'll be there in an hour. That's how that conversation would go if you call them back, I think. My last pet peeve is for marketing folks. Why do your prospects get the best deals? Free this, 6 months free that, no payment till the second Tuesday of next week for any new business. Meanwhile, I've been using your cell phone service for 5 years and I get the shaft. I get nothing. Why? Because you'd rather have a newbie than keep me. Maybe run a deal every so often to say thank you for your best customers. By the way, if you upgrade here, we'll give you that there. Man, that makes sense to me anyway, and I'm the customer, and I would like that. It's a heck of a lot less expensive to keep a current customer than it is to onboard a new one. You know that, I know that. And it's a heck of a lot more fun, too. Your current customers need you. They have money to spend. Call them. Anyway, you can tell that maybe I've had a nerve touched here at the Purpose Under Pressure podcast about lead generation. I went ahead and went a bit deeper, and I asked Victoria Voynich, she's the director of revenue operations at Sandler by the Ruby Group, to dive a little deeper into lead generation and revenue generation. And we're going to talk about your CRM. Yeah, that's the place where your current customers' information is hiding out. Open up your CRM and see what kind of leads are already in there. That happens later this week, so I hope you'll check that show out and all past episodes of Purpose Under Pressure. You can find them at bryanmediastrategies.com/podcast and wherever you stream your favorite shows. It's brought to you by the Ruby Group, where sales, leadership, and purpose come together. And until next time, no matter how high the pressure gets, take care of your friends.